So, welcome to everyone for this first Internationalization in Catholic Universities Forum. As you may have read in the presentation document, this IFCU Forum is held in partnership with the Catholic University of Australia. A year ago, when we thought with my colleague, General Secretaries of the Regional Associations of Catholic Universities about organizing this first forum, we thought we would do it in Rome and then approach the Catholic University of Australia, which has a very beautiful campus in this city. Since then, there has been the coronavirus crisis, and so the organizational methods have changed, but our partnership remains, of course. The Catholic University of Australia is, as you probably know, one of the great Catholic university in the world, a long-time member of IFCU. Our penultimate General Assembly was held there, and this General Assembly impressed and continues to impress those who attended. It is a pleasure for me to let Professor Skerbis welcome you. Professor Skerbis has been the Australian Catholic University's Vice-Chancellor and President since August 2020. No one better than him could open our forum. Indeed, President Skerbis does not only know international relations in theory, but his own academic career is also an international one. President Skerbis holds a PhD in sociology and has a prominent and current international research profile in the fields of migration, social theory, and youth studies. Before joining ECU, President Skerbis held senior executive roles at the University of Queensland and Monash University. He joined ECU in 2019 as Deputy Vice Chancellor and has currently served as Acting Provost. It is therefore to a person who has built a distinguished international research profile and is committed to the tradition of higher Catholic education that we are pleased to leave the floor. Thank you very much. Thank you warmly, President Skerbis. I leave you the floor.
Thank you so very much, Francois and colleagues. It's a pleasure being with you all tonight, and I very much look forward to meeting you all in person at some point in not too distant future. And look, thank you, Francois, for a very generous introduction. Just a small correction, I am not yet a president. I will become that I will take on this role in January next year, but it's great to be promoted prematurely, so it's fantastic. I'll enjoy this. So thank you so very much. As Francois already mentioned, it is a great pleasure to welcome you all on behalf of International Federation of Catholic Universities and my own Australian Catholic University. It's a pleasure to welcome you all to this forum where we will talk about internationalization and risk. And look, what a perfect backdrop this unfortunate COVID crisis represents for this set of deliberations that are going to follow. As some of you may be aware, and as it was alluded before, we were originally hoping to host this in Rome, but it was scheduled to complement the Australian Association of International Education annual conference in Barcelona, in the hope that that would somehow maximize attendance from around the globe. Now, unfortunately, the COVID crisis happened and the rest is history, as they say. Now, every one of us here present in this session today has had to adapt, not only professionally, but also personally, to the new paradigm resulting from this unfortunate pandemic. The impact of COVID cannot be understated, and the role of Catholic universities will be critical as the world emerges from this crisis. We will not only have to adapt, but as Catholic universities, I believe, will be relied upon for leadership, for innovation, and for inspiration. Now, as the preeminent international network of Catholic universities and representing more than 200 Catholic education institutions globally, IFCU is really genuinely uniquely placed to reflect on internationalization through the lens of risk and risk mitigation in a post-COVID world. IFCU is also ideally positioned to facilitate and support innovative new approaches to internationalization and global collaboration between our institutions. Now, in 2020, the issue of risk in relation to higher education internationalization is now absolutely at the very center of our thinking as globally engaged institutions. I mean, we are daily reminded of the impact that this crisis has inflicted upon our institutions. Now, we cannot, however, allow risk to interrupt our critical international work, but we must ensure that this work is managed and mitigated. Now, the impact of this crisis has shown that we can take nothing for granted and that we need to be prepared for the impact of significant natural and social political issues on our international activities and engagement. Now, this forum over the next 2 days really provides a wonderful opportunity to discuss what internationalization may look like in the post-COVID world, and how we can respond to that challenges, and how can we shape risk mitigation strategies in the future. It also provides an opportunity for us to discuss how we can apply our Catholic identity and ethos to the process of recovery and re-engagement. And I think this emphasis on recovery and re-engagement is particularly important, because without that, we may be bereft of hope. And it is really, really incredibly important that we continue to pay our attention on the horizon unfolding ahead of us. And hopefully it will be a positive one. Now, what have we learned from this experience, and how can we contribute to the physical and spiritual healing that will need to occur? All of these questions, I think, must inform how we as internationalists from Catholic universities will shape a more positive future. Now, I encourage all of you over the next 2 days to openly share your ideas and opinions regarding the future of all facets of internationalization, including, may I say, partnership engagement, international students, research, and student mobility. Now, I hope that you enjoy this forum and that I have the opportunity to meet many of you, as I mentioned earlier, in person in the near future. So thank you so very much for the opportunity.